Welcome to another episode of my Opinionated Ass podcast. It's your boy West Meets World,
It's your boy Ryan, the car guy.
and we are back. So, just to let you guys know what strain we're working with here today, it is a custom strain by one of my boys, Trap God. It is called Marinara Breath. It's a sativa hybrid, and it is pretty fire. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and touch on these topics. All right, so first thing we're going to go ahead and talk about today is relationships. And now, do we do 50-50? Or do we do the old school way, like the man pays pretty much everything and then he takes care of a woman? Ryan, what you think?
Me personally, honestly, man, like for real, it's 2020, man. Like, things are highly expensive. You know what I'm saying? And, it's not like, we're not living in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like things were cheap. You know what I'm saying? The woman was expected to stay home. Women didn't even, they weren't really working back then. You know what I'm saying? Like women had an equal rights. All that stuff was going on back then. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Like women are definitely, they got way more rights. Everything's just different, man. They're able to go to college, get really good jobs. Hey, some women out here make way more than men these days. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why a man should have to take care of like 100% of the household. Personally, like I'm always a big fan. I call it the 70-30 rule. Like I'll do 70%. I don't have a problem with a man taking on most of the responsibilities, but you know what I'm saying. But to take on 100%, man, that's a big. To me, in situations where I have taken on 100%, it's a big disaster waiting to happen, man. Like, so I think a woman should be held accountable at least 30% of the finances. What you think, bro?
I don't know. Like I'm one of those like kind of old school type of people, like to where like I do like to take care of a woman, but at the same time, I guess I agree with the whole 70-30, just because it's like you said, things are pretty expensive nowadays, and then like when we go on dates and stuff like that, I'm perfectly fine like paying and everything
For
like
sure.
that. But
For
then
sure.
like as far as when we get to that like serious point or whatever, like if I'm paying like the rent, and like you said, since we're in that day and age of women can have a job and everything, I kind of look at relationships like a partnership,
Right,
like
right, right, right. For
yeah.
sure.
So like pick up where I lack, I'll pick up where you lack, things like that.
Right,
That's
right,
kind of
right.
how I feel about it, like to where I don't know, because I feel like some, and I'm not saying all, some women kind of like the best of both worlds.
Right.
And then like even though I'm a person that doesn't mind taking care of a woman, I don't like a woman that expects you to automatically take care of them, because usually like, their mindset is like super dependent.
Right, right.
So like
Facts.
as far as like with me goes,
Facts.
so like I can't. I mean, I said some people like that, like, but I just can't deal with a woman who has her priorities like that. So it's like because like she can make all this money and then take all my money. Then stuff might happen. You kind of like now you not losing nothing in it, but yeah, now I lost like all my
Everything.
money.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, even like when it comes to like dates and things like that, this is gonna sound harsher than it really is, but I feel like whenever you go on dates and everything like that with a woman, like you're making an investment.
Right.
Yeah. So like now,
Yeah.
like women aren't obviously like Wall Street funds or anything like that. But at the
Yeah.
same
I
time,
see
like,
what you're saying.
yeah, like you're making an investment because you're like paying for these dates and all this stuff, because like not just like you're wanting to fuck, but you're like wanting something to actually,
You want something to happen.
yeah,
Right.
you
Right.
want a relationship and
Right.
like a good
Right.
one. But
Right.
like you got some that'll like have a dude in their phone by the name of dinner. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so you know what I'm
I've seen
saying?
shit like that
I
before.
have too, man. I got women friends and everything. So like I'll see that
Yeah.
they do sometimes have a dude that they just get just for meals and stuff like that. And I mean,
It'd be different if you was fucking millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Making couple million
no, it
dollars a
wouldn't. It
year.
still wouldn't be, because it's not even about the money. It's the principles.
Well, it's the principle. I'm just saying it'd be different as far as like the financial aspect, it would be different to take care of a woman like that if you were a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because you you don't you're making a shitload of money. You can afford to take care of somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You talking about more normal people, 50 to 100 grand a year? That's you're kind of stretching yourself, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a stretch, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about to be able to live a comfortable life, get to do all your hobbies, all that stuff, no stress. Man, that's a stretch, man. Like you know what I'm saying. But if you make $1 million, you're good. You'll be able to do whatever you want. Even if you leave her, you'll still be okay. Like you know what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
Like you
I
know who got it like one of the most ideal type situations, even though it was an ideal start.
who?
Uh, Gucci and his wife,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
because it's like because of the like obviously he's way richer than her, so he's taking care of her, but at the same time. Like, and that's what I meant by like the partnership. When situation happened with him, he got locked down. She wasn't just like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do? My breadwinner's gone." Like, she wasn't doing none of that. She was just, yeah, she was investing, and then she went back and like he gave her that X amount of money, and she came back with it. Was it like 6 times as much?
Yeah.
So it was just like that's an investment. He invested in a good one that increased his money, and then they also have like the bond and everything that they have.
Right. Yeah, I have no problem making. I have no problem dating a woman that makes more than me, and I have no problem dating a woman that I make way more than her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a partnership. Like, you know what I'm saying? We make what we make, and we put that shit together. That's just what it is.
Put it together. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
As I am like, I mean, obviously, especially if you're getting deep into it, like you want to obviously talk to the person about stuff that you're spending money on, or you just make sure that, like, especially if it's household, yeah, everyone's on the same page, exactly. Like, so you want to always do that, but it's a partnership. Like, that's kind of what it should be. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, some people look at it differently. Some women want to be taken care of still, because it's like what's funny is that like a lot of people talk about like the woman empowerment, and I'm all for it, but it's like oddly enough they kind of do forget that some women just don't want that.
No, that's facts.
Yeah,
some women don't want a man to take care of them for real.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, some women they just want a man to take care of them.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
Like,
yeah. I think it's facts for both.
But it is, yeah. So it's like, but see, that I look at that too, though. It's like that's kind of a personality thing to where, like, I mean, no knock on that woman. She wants what she wants, and there's going to be guys that want to just spend everything they got on a woman, but it's just not me. It kind of like never will be like.
Now, here's something. There's a flip side to that though, because 50 either though.
Oh, like split everything in half? Well, yeah, you said 70-30, right?
Yeah, I can't do 50-50. I think, like, that's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't do the 50-50 thing, though, man, because that's like...
You felt emasculated?
Nah, not really emasculated. Like, I feel like 50-50, that's like a roommate type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like,
True.
Like...
See, that's what I'm saying, but, like, so that's why I agree with you with the 70-30, because it's like, I like to help people... Right. That like to help themselves or can help themselves. So, like, if I'm saying even before, like, the whole situation happens where, like, we move in together or something like that, right? Like, if I see you on your grind, you doing your thing, and, hey, 1 month you got this, like, bill that's a little bit high or whatever, I might throw you some money on that because I know that you're trying to do what you do.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
I mean,
I ain't about to pay your rent for you.
Like, if we live together... see, we living together. I don't have a problem paying the rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna pay rent anyway, so.
But you would want to pay utilities?
Yeah, it should pay utilities, or like I'll pay like rent, insurance, and maybe a Wi-Fi. I let her out the rest, like the groceries, rent, not like the groceries, gas, electric, but 30%, man. You know what I'm saying? The groceries, that's like $400 a month.
Yeah.
I like to eat, so.
True. All right, on that note, we're going to go ahead and switch topics. All right. So we're going to talk about now the Black Lives Matter movement and like celebrity engagement. So we're going to touch on this like in a 2-part manner, sort of. Like, so I want to talk about how. Well, did you see the Dave Chappelle thing yet?
No, I haven't seen the Dave Chappelle.
846, I believe. So
Everybody's talking about it. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet.
So, like a brief overview, I guess he was talking about the whole situation with George Floyd because basically the whole premise of the title was his. He was born at 8:46 in the morning, and that's the exact same like time that
Oh
dude
yeah,
had
yeah,
his knee
yeah. I
on him.
heard
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Okay.
like, he spoke about it, and then like even when he spoke about like the George Floyd and everything, like he thanked like the younger generations for going out there protesting and everything. Like, but he mentioned how like that dude Don Lemon called him out and like several other celebrities talking about some where are you, where are your voice, but he said something like that was really real. He said he's like the streets don't need to hear from me right now. The streets got their own voice. And I was like, that's a crazy way to look at it because we
Yeah,
do
we do.
we do automatically like look towards like celebrities for like their opinion on these type of things, but like why? Like so, and I got it. So then like I mean that made sense from what he was saying, and then luckily like what's the name? Don Lemon didn't even take it as offense, and he's like was just like, yeah, you know, I get it. I appreciate the criticism, and you know, we two black brothers and everything. So I was like, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But
I tell you, man, when the niggas say something very intelligent, they get called crazy.
sometimes
Yeah, man.
Dave Chappelle been ahead of the curve for a long time though.
Yeah, people just can't grasp them, man.
Yeah, like, but then that takes me to like the other side to where the situation from that artist No Name, and then and J Cole. So
Yeah.
I played for him earlier that song "Snow on the Bluff" that he came out with, where he was basically saying that he pointed her out and was saying like she's a young queen, she's doing her thing, she's making noise, she's speaking up against all these problems that's happening and everything. And he's like, but it's just that like you kind of like targeting people like me, like and stuff. And she did kind of like she's one of those people that was like, where's J Cole at, or where's Kendrick and stuff like that. And, like talking about like where was these tweets, but like my dude is a rapper. Now, granted, he got some bars that'll hit you. Like I got some J Cole songs where I was like, man, did this dude stalking me and is like speaking my life right now in this song? Like, what's happening with this? Like, so he got songs like that, but at the end of the day, he's a rapper, so that's his lane.
Yeah.
So it's just
And he's been talking about this shit for
yeah, he
years.
spoke on it, and then he
Yeah.
spoke on it like in his lane, like just like I feel, um, what's his name, Dave Chappelle. Like as far as his lane, he's not gonna be marching and everything, but he's talking on the stage. That's where he feels comfortable to express his opinion. So J. Cole feel comfortable to express his opinion on songs. So it's like
I think it's good that they protest on their platforms like that.
exactly.
That's the best way to do it. Like through the music, have people listening to you.
I know with the Cole thing that was crazy because they said that like it was misogynistic because he said Queen like I don't like your tone, but at the same time though he basically said the same thing about Wale on that False Prophet song. So you can't say that he's talking to her like or talking down to her because she's a woman, and he's just taking his platform and just giving advice how he sees fit. But he's like, if you don't mind, and called her a queen, and even after she spoke about him. Because she's like, why you worried about me or something like that. But at the same time, that was kind of hypocritical because you're also making a song about him. So you can't, yeah, you can't speak on, like she's like, why you worried about me when you're not worried about the knee on George Floyd's neck? But like George Floyd had already passed by the time that song came out, and it wasn't like J. Cole was there to be able to stop it. J. Cole could not have stopped that officer from putting his knee on George Floyd's neck. So, I mean, he can use his platform to bring awareness, but then at the same time, if you sitting there commenting on his stuff or making your song, then you're doing the exact same thing that you're sitting there criticizing him about.
Yeah, like.
But my thing is about, and then this kind of goes on to it as well, is so like, we do have this thing with like wokeness and black, into where like sometimes people take it as like a test. Like if you don't already agree with me, then you're wrong and you suck and everything's bad about you. But like
Right.
you gotta, some people don't see that. Like you have to be able to get people sometimes, because not everyone is gonna just start off automatically informed. And I think that's what J.
Right.
Cole was saying in that song too. Like everyone's not gonna automatically like, because especially you got stuff like say the Tulsa City bombings and stuff like that. I ain't learned about that in school. I learned about that from
Just reading, man.
reading and like a roommate that I had one time that was like more woke at the time than I was. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, so like people just don't know, so you can't fault people for not knowing it, but especially if they're willing to be educated on things.
Right.
Like you, of course, you got some people that's like, no, I believe what I want to believe, you're wrong and you suck and just die tomorrow, like those type of people. But like most people just can be like, oh, okay, I never looked at it like that. Okay, that's cool. You kind of got me on that side on that situation now.
Right.
Now, I do apply that to like say politicians because I mean that's their record. But as far as regular people, like people's minds change.
Right.
So you gotta like kind of recognize
you gotta
that.
work with that, man.
Yeah, but you can't like talk down to people like about the fact that like sometimes they on the wrong side. Like it like, but again, it's only like people like because not everybody is against you, but some people just don't understand you.
Right.
Yeah. So just make them understand. So that's why I say I get what he was saying, and then it kind of going back to what Dave Chappelle said. It's like, why do we need these celebrities' voices anyway? Like you got all these people that's out there making a name and everything like that. So why do we need like why do we need J. Cole to hijack someone else's protest, or why do we need Dave Chappelle to hijack someone else's protest? Now, if y'all donate money, taking that part of your thing, y'all doing that, that's awesome. I'd love to hear that. But I don't need them to like come up and speak for what they speak in their music. Like let them do that in their music. That's my thing about it. But I don't know. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Man, like, well, yeah, I'm
funny.
No, I don't, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
all right, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take a little breaky break. So we will be right back. Hey, you like what you're hearing? You want us to keep going? Well, guess what? Me too. So why don't you go ahead and help us out? Go ahead and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WesUs Media. There, you can go ahead and help us out, and we'll even give you exclusive content. And depending on your tier, we give you some of our content early. So go ahead and visit our Patreon again at patreon.com/WesUs Media. Thank you. All right, we back. And just so you know, the strain that we about to go ahead and smoke now is that blue cookie. This one is a indica heavy or indica dominant hybrid. So this would be the perfect one to end the show on today. So that Trump rally that occurred this past Saturday. So I'm a person that can appreciate a great troll move, right? And I found out. So one of the things we all like, anyone who's ever heard Donald Trump knows, is that he cares. One of the main things he cares about is crowd size. So it turns out what happened was kids got together, reserve a whole bunch of seats. So it had Trump and his people talking about, so yeah, we got 1 million people coming and everything, blah blah blah. They got like an overflow facility, all that type of stuff, to where like he just think he's about to just get his mojo back, like bring so all that stuff happens, and the rally happens and it is empty. So like they claimed it was gonna pack this arena, and it wasn't even like a third full. And like once they saw that, because this is the thing too though, it wasn't like I don't think people was gonna like still go and all that kind of stuff, because then they would have got the overflow area. What it was is that like even some of his supporters, and some of them are slow, but they're not all slow, obviously, like to where like they love this man, but like not enough to put their life at risk.
I don't know, bro.
Because you know what it was though, because what happened was he had made it had got put out there that 6 of his people that was setting up for the event got coronavirus. So that, and then he was trying to have people sign a waiver to where if they got coronavirus, they couldn't sue him.
Bro, CNN is on that nigga's ass, bro.
I mean, everyone, honestly, I've seen even Fox News on him, because like that.
His ass, bro.
Fox News is like this dude Neil Cabuto. I think he was on it. It was like y'all. He talks all this like that was one of his things. Oh, look at my crowd size. That's my secret support. Screw your polls. And it's like, dude, no one showed up like to that. Like you're a loser. Like,
I mean, bro, they got this dude in a chokehold.
Because it's funny, because like I said, he don't care about like real things. So you just hit him like with that superficial thing as far as like his crowd size, because he don't care about like helping people or have any like morals or anything like that he values. He just says whatever he feels is politically convenient at the moment. It doesn't matter if it even contradicts itself because people are just gonna follow along with it.
He
like
can literally say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah, like they be like,
bro, they'll still love him, man.
You be like, I believe. They be like, I believe my president. But then be like, okay, so was he lying or telling? Was he lying when he said that he didn't have sex with Stormy Daniels, or was he lying, or was he telling the truth when he said that he did and was gonna pair off? So, because both can't be true. So, are you trying to like say now that he was just telling the truth both times, even though both statements completely contradict each other? That's what we're saying. That's what we're going with.
Hey man, I had a guy like a couple of days ago on Facebook tell me that even though the Jeffrey Epstein shit might be true, he is still the best thing for our country.
Yeah, because they're the best thing is the racism. Jeffrey Epstein don't got nothing to do with the racism.
Are you serious, bro? He's still the best thing for our country.
You know what's crazy is that even though he didn't have no crowd, he still managed to be racist because he So keep in mind, first they was like saying that China, like the virus is from China and all that crap, right? So then yesterday at his rally, Saturday's rally, he decided to call it the Kung Flu.
Oh God, for real?
The Kung Flu, like, and he refused. Like his part of me feels bad, but then a part of me just laughs. He has this he had this spokesperson named Kaylee McAnally or Lily Pad or I don't know, it's something stupid. So he she has to get on there and say that wasn't racist. And what did CNN say about it? Like they called it the Chinese virus, and it's like trying to distract him. Just like, dude.
Hey man, you know what though? You know what's funny though?
What?
I thought that shit was funny though for real.
It's funny because of the fact that like how are you that brazen to like say something like that? But like it's one of those things that's like you laugh because it's like what else can you do? Like this is like the most outrageous thing I'm gonna hear today, maybe from this guy. Is like, what can you do?
Really that bold to say that shit
like
on
he's
national
But see, this is the other thing too, because this is why I don't even want to use the term bold. And I know that even some black people, they be like, yeah, Trump says what he says was on his mind. See, I could even if he's an asshole and I don't agree with anything he says, I could respect it if you felt this way and then when called out on it, you defended it. But they'll lie, and that's where it's like, dude, he's a coward because like if you say when he did the whole thing about Mexicans are rapists and murderers and all that kind of crap, and then try to claim later, oh, I'm not racist, blah blah blah. If he would have been like, yeah, I feel like Mexicans are rapists and murderers and blah blah blah, like it would have been horrible, but at least it would have been his own honesty. Yeah, he's a coward that's the lie. Like he'll tell you didn't see what you clearly saw. Like that time when it was like with Russia.
It kind of like
he gets people because he'll repeat it over and over again to where people question what they saw with their own eyes and ears. They be like, "Well, did he say it?" You know what else is funny with him is like he said that he hired the best people, but now like there's a dude John Bolton that worked for him. He put a book out about him. That dude trash too, because I know he'll like go into any war and lie to get into it kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But like he even came out and was like, yo, he's stupid. Like it's like every person that leaves they all like leaves his administration, they always say he's a moron. But then at the same time, he talking about he hires the best people. But how you hire the best people if everyone who works for you say that you're an idiot? Like it's like, man. But then his supporters will be like, oh, well, they're just mad because they got fired. Yeah, they got fired because they knew he was an idiot. And he knew that they thought he was an idiot. That's why they got fired. Because they contradicted the idiot stuff that he said. And none of them ever got fired because, like, attendance records or... Like, they're not getting fired because they, like... I don't know, pissed on the fax machine. Like, they're getting fired because they're saying what you're trying to do is not right. Like, but they don't really be trying to hear that.
Yeah, man. It's
But they I don't know. I just feel like because of how he is, the fact that no one showed up to that is just hilarious to me.
yeah, because nobody likes you, bro.
Yeah, like
But somehow, some way, magically, you still might be the president. I don't know.
I just wanted to shout out them kids, those people that made those TikTok videos. You are the real MVPs, and keep doing what you're doing and hit that man where it hurts. It's sort of like that thing in I don't know if you heard about it in England where they made this big old Trump balloon. And like it was like him as a baby, like in a
Yeah,
diaper, and then he had like a phone in his hand for tweeting.
yeah,
Like that's funny. Like troll the hell out this man. Like
yeah.
especially because you know that like these other politicians ain't gonna do nothing about it. Like they're not gonna. They never wasn't gonna impeach him because they found the stupidest thing to impeach him about. They wasn't gonna do. They're not gonna arrest him when he gets out of office like they should. So it's like if you can't hurt him in the legal system, you might as well just troll him.
So many people are dead because of this dude, man.
I know, especially with this Corona thing.
Man, like it's a lot of people that dead because of this dude, man.
Yeah,
For real. He just it's unreal, man.
yeah, but I mean, what can you do? Like all we can do is just try to make something better later.
Man. And it's still people dying.
Yeah, true. But like I said, yet again, we're gonna end this one on more of a brighter note here. So, all of you during this time, go ahead and take this time that we still are a little bit restricted to just better yourself and just be the best you can be under these circumstances. So, on that note, again, this is West Meets World.
It's Ryan the car guy.
Hey, remember, we are out.